7.
Lane 7.
If David agrees with me, do I get that prize clear? I say lane 7 and David agrees.
Well, you both didn't run the 200, so I'm not certain if I must believe any of you. Shericka Jackson is in 7, by the way. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce is in 4. There is Shericka Jackson. She wears the 459, the Puma outfit, and there's Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce.
Part of the excitement here, viewers, is that thanks, courtesy of Shericka Jackson, we will not be limited to only 3 athletes making it. It's actually 4 who will represent Jamaica at the World Championships in the women's 200 meters.
This is Fraser-Pryce with 259, Miss Jackson with 459.
And talking about somebody who doesn't have to run here, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce.
Yep.
But, you know, is she tricking us? Does she really want to run the 200 meters at the World Champs? Has she come to earn her spot? Shericka Jackson says, by the way, I ran 21:45 when I was a 10:7 runner. I know, as per her definition, I'm a 10:6 runner.
I remember interviewing Asafa Paul, and I wanted to find out what goes through the mind here when you hear get on your marks, and Asafa says, I get on my marks. All right, so Jolene Williams from the Racers Track Club runs out of lane 8. There is Jolene.
No,
that's
Shelly Forbes of sprinting. Has a nice PB in the 200 and 100, 10:96, came second in the 100 meters here. She's now going for the double. She's representing Jamaica at the 100 meters at the World Champs and hopes to represent Jamaica also in the 200.
Well, obviously that's not Shericka Jackson. There is Shericka Jackson, the light blue. And in lane 6, this is Lanit Thomas from the University.
She represents the University of Texas, trains and races with Kagona Davis.
No,
Used to go to Vals Prep.
This is Shelly Forbes from lane 5.
In her best shape of her life, she's definitely improving in the 200.
Well, do I need to introduce this lady? Listen to the crowd. I'll just stop talking here.
Shericka Jackson, because this is a 200-meter race, Neville, I'm going to say world champion in the 200 meters in 2013. That's who we are looking at.
Pocket Rocket.
She ran 22:39 last night, making her the third fastest Jamaican this year.
The former Ebony Island athlete, Kagona Davis, University of Texas, who runs out of lane 3.
Kagona Davis says her stronger events in 200 meters, she wants to make that team.
This is Natalia White, representing Puma from lane number 2.
Natalia has also run 22:39 this year. She knows this is her best chance at representing Jamaica in an individual event.
And the second MVP athlete in this race, coming out of lane 1, is Natasha Morris.
Number 462. She comes in 22.86 seconds. Lots of speed. She's confident running this 200 meters.
Call it, Bruce.
Shericka Jackson ran 21:55 here in this race last year. I believe she improves that. We pray that the win is legal and positive.
Morris in 1, White in 2, Davis in 3, Fraser-Pryce in 4, Forbes in 5, Thomas in 6, Jackson in 7, and Williams in 8. Once again, here's Jordan Ford.
Of course, Jackson, the reigning world champion in this event, is the fastest living woman over 200 meters at 21:45.
The world lead journal, 21:91 by Julian Alfred of St. Lucia. Does that change now?
Set. Air of expectation around this one, and sent away cleanly this time. A very good start from Shelly. Also Shericka Jackson in lane 7. It's Fraser-Pryce and Jackson. Fraser-Pryce has actually blown out this turn, but here comes Shericka Jackson, the fastest living woman over 200 meters. The world champion, Shericka Jackson. Her personal best is 21:45. What does she produce tonight? 21.72 is the flash time for Shericka Jackson. A slight trailing wind, 21.71 for Jackson. And she defends. She is the double champion here inside the National Stadium yet again.
The fastest time in the world, viewers, was 21:91 by Julian Alfred. The fastest time in the world now, 21:71 by Shericka Jackson. She's now the fastest 100-meter woman in the world this year and the fastest 200-meter woman in the world this year. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce delivers a fantastic finish in second, demonstrating that her fitness is returning and returning fast.
Interestingly, Thomas comes through for third, and Wright for fourth. Thomas 22.55. Saved by that yellow.
The 2023 Jamaican National Championships became the stage for one of the most eagerly awaited clashes in athletics, as Shericka Jackson and Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce lined up for the women's 200-meter final. Staged at Kingston's National Stadium, the contest was far more than a battle for domestic supremacy. It was a statement about who truly rules the global sprinting scene. Jackson, the reigning world champion and second fastest woman ever over 200 meters thanks to her blistering 21.45 personal best, drew lane 7, a placement often seen as tailor-made for the event. Fraser-Pryce, a legendary figure with 5 world titles in the 100 meters, found herself in lane 4. Although she was only making her second appearance of the season, her inclusion elevated the tension and prestige of the race. When the gun fired, Fraser-Pryce blasted out with her signature explosiveness, snatching the early advantage on the curve. Jackson, however, stayed composed, conserving her rhythm and transitioning smoothly into the home straight. By the time they hit 150 meters, Jackson's acceleration and power were on full display, and she surged decisively into the lead, confirming the dominance she had already shown earlier that season in the 100 meters. Crossing the line in a blistering 21.71 seconds, Jackson not only retained her national crown but also posted a new world-leading performance, eclipsing the 21.91 mark previously set by Julian Alfred. Fraser-Pryce, clocking 22.26, demonstrated that her form was sharpening with the World Championships looming. Lene Thomas delivered a strong finish in 22.55 to claim third, establishing herself as one of Jamaica's rising stars. What made this final even more significant was Jackson's automatic qualification as defending world champion, which allowed Jamaica to field 4 athletes in the 200 meters at the Worlds rather than the usual 3. That created room for emerging names like Thomas and White to join their illustrious compatriots, giving the nation even greater firepower on the international stage. Still, the race was about more than numbers and medals. It highlighted the spirit of mutual respect. After the finish, Jackson and Fraser-Pryce embraced warmly, showing the world that while competition fuels their greatness, camaraderie defines their legacy. Jackson left Kingston at the top of the global rankings in both the 100 and 200 meters, proving she was in sensational form heading into the international season. The 2023 Jamaican Championships reaffirmed the island's unshakable place as sprinting's powerhouse, a nation whose athletes inspire not just through their performances, but also through the unity they bring to the sport.